Salutations and greetings! My name is Marge. I'm a Heyoka. A wise, sometimes an ass, always a clown. Welcome to my tube. I feel much better today. I don't know if I rested easy. I call it my night shift. But I feel good today. So I'll just take what I can get. I made some notes. I want to start today off with it. I just saw 74444 blah blah blah. I want to start off with some notes and some congratulations. See, I think it's important to endorse things that you support because it's harder to find worthy things to endorse, and it's going to get harder because once people become more in line to who they are, what they're willing to allow is going to be less and less. We just don't have time for this shit. I moved here from Omaha 2 years ago. It's been a hard 2 years of lessons and learning and yada yada yada. I've done many videos. You can listen to those stories at your convenience later. And while I was there, I got to know a lot of wonderful people. Yeah. And these people are getting better and brighter because they are coming in line to who they are. So we're all just a balance of energy if we sort it out. Some people live more in their masculinity, control, all that stuff, and that's just led them down a path that leads them to a big pile of Viagra. Then you have the feminine that's kind and loving and creative and kind of been walked over because they allowed so much. It's just better not to argue. And we all have that in us, and now that these are coming into balance, there's less wishy-washy and more non-allowance, and people are coming into who they are, and we become more of who we are. And congratulations, Ingrid Salon Inc. She's doing wonderful things. If you look at Salon Inc.'s Facebook page, you'll see footage of kids that are coming in to get their haircuts. I think haircuts are important. I'm still trying to decide if I want to grow it out. And Paul and Jess at Block 16, you guys are always on that list. I imagine a gathering in the room next door, just us hanging out and catching up, because you have 2 girls now. That place gets a line out the door. You see, I don't get a lot of attention from people, but the attention I get is from wonderful people. And people are raising in vibration more and more, so more people are becoming wonderful and soft heart and true tender hearted to who they are. And it's so cool to see. So congratulations to the others on the list. Those are my two favorite. Of course, Stella's too. God, I miss a fucking Stella's burger. Jesus Christ. I don't know how people can't go there all the time. I used to. Satisfy my craving. I got bit by a wasp yesterday. Fucking suck. Those suck. It's not my first time. When I was a kid, I used to play with bees to see how they worked. So I'd smack him and then I'd grab him by the wings until one got his wing. He was more dastardly in me and let his little wing loose and stung me, and I never did it again. Once I found out that the bee died, I didn't want to kill a bee because I was curious. That's fucking gross. This heart, this vibration of destroying things, breaking things just to hear them clatter. Learn to soothe yourself, dude. Not everybody needs that release. Those are the people that you gotta worry about. We're all adjusting to our current situation. Some people aren't reacting very well to how they really are. They're really freaking hate themselves because they do terrible things. They're greedy, they squander, they're mean. You know the kind of people. You see them. Maybe you are one. You When you see a pedestrian, you have a bad day, do you speed up just so you can slow down to get pissed? People want that release. I get it in music. Music plays me. That's why there's marketing, subliminal messaging. Hell, MK Ultra or whatever that stuff is, if you want to get down to it. I mean, there's always layers. More notes I made. Oh, the wasp bite. So I'm laying there on my sun and chair, and I have arthritis in my spine, so I can't sit still because it hurts to settle. There's a message in there. So I'm constantly moving, and I was out back, and I'm grounded because yesterday was rough, and I got through it. And I lean back, and I feel this, and I reach back, and I lift my leg, and I heard it buzz past my head, and I was like, motherfucker, and I just waited for it because I knew the burn was coming, and it fucking came. He didn't get me, like, I think he gave me a half a bite, but then he took off, and it was a yellow jacket, a wasp. It wasn't a bee, to clarify. And then my mind went to my last time I felt that vibration, that same sensation. I was driving down the road, Palisadro, with Dita, and we were having we always fucking fought, spark, but I was driving down the road, and one bit me right in the middle. I don't even remember what I was saying, but it bit me right in the middle of my shoulder blades, and I was going like 70 miles an hour. It was a straightaway in Palisadro, and I couldn't stop. I did that later in the same car, maybe before, and I learned that lesson, so I couldn't abruptly stop. I just had to... Actually, wait, where was I by Jamie Travis? That's when the hood flipped up. Actually, I just had to freaking maintain my steady course and not react and just pull over, and there's nothing you can do. I mean, it's just gonna fucking suck for a while. And then to fast forward years later, it's in the Air Force, and they always give you they're always shooting you with shit. Because they're in business with big pharma. So they, will buy your fucking nose ease, your fucking mad science concoction that you put like fucking metals and weird stuff in the name of health. It's kind of hypocritical. So because they perpetuate these wars to generate fucking funds for the Corp of USA, they're, anthrax, it's a threat. You're a fucking threat, Uncle Sam, with your dementia. Uncle Sam got dementia. I recognize it. Loretta has it. I see the way that things are being run. It's the same shit she does. Anyway. Excuse me. So, and my train of thought just derailed. Oh, so they would give me, I was required to take anthrax shots. There's a cycle of 3, and I got out before I had my third one, so I only had 2, but they put one in each arm, and it fucking burned like that yellow jacket. And I asked the lady, I'm like, can you explain to me why you're putting something into me that hurts this much? Isn't it supposed to cooperate with our ecosystem? Whatever we put in our body, food, things like that. I'm not supposed to be able to taste this funny taste, am I? Oh, no. Oh, it's because they store it in formaldehyde. Oh, isn't that what they put in dead people? That's weird. And so these thoughts all come up to my head at the same time, right? From this wasp, just from a yellow jacket. And then I read the yellow jacket totem, and that's a different story. And then I just look up formaldehyde, and that has been known to cause ALS. Are you guys ready for another ice bucket challenge? Because things happen in patterns, go in waves. It's happened before. Only you'll be doing it for maybe veterans. Maybe the demographic of veterans is higher. You guys ever hear of something like Agent Orange? I know there's a lot of Vietnam vets are real fucked up by that. It's because being fucking poisoned by your own government, but that's cool. Anyway. What else? Fear creates resistance. I'm going to wrap it up on this. Fear creates resistance. When we get fear, people get frozen in fear. They don't know how to react. Some of us have been exposed to a lot of very, very scareful things and gross things. Like, you know, I'm sure lots of freaking kids like me have seen their mom at 5 years old kicked off the porch after being beaten to where her face looks different. You see her get her kicked off the porch. Right? That happens all the time. Or getting raped at 2, or sexually assaulted the first time I saw her. It was, anyway, I'm just telling you, is like when people are like, oh my god, that's so scary. Well, my scary is different than yours. And lucky for you, that's the case. Because if I can process my scary shit, because I'm laughing at people that can't fucking process their scary shit. I'm looking at them now like, dude, you are fucking screwed in the way the world's gonna be. Because your parents didn't teach you how to soothe yourself. They just gave you everything, and now the world's a scary place, and what are you gonna do? Sorry for ya. Anyway, fear creates resistance, so when people freeze up, it creates blockages, and that's how fucking cancer is caused. Are you shutting your mouth all the time when you have something to say? Yeah, because you don't do that, so people smoke instead. I mean, there's all kinds of vices that people do to separate themselves from who they are. And when you create that fear, when you resist things because you're afraid of change, all you're doing is drawing more things to you that is making you afraid. That's how law of attraction works. These universal laws, they beat freaking anything that was written in cursive. People don't write in cursive anyway, so what do you get? What good is a freaking constitution that a generation isn't going to be able to read? Now, there's a lot of reunions, people coming into reunions, and I mean, you can resound to whatever relationship you want to tie that to. You can same flame. I call it same flame. Other people call it twin flame, soul flame, or soulmate. But it's beyond that. It's mothers, daughters. It's every relation. People have changed their current situation and have done 180s. Everything is shifted. So the things that you used to be like have come in alignment. Like I said in the beginning of this video, everyone is positive and negative, masculine and feminine. And I've come into my balance because I've been diligent in studying about me, because there's a lot of stuff I don't know about me, and I'm finding out, like, because my Scorpio moon, there are traits about Scorpio that I thought I was just doing Aries wrong. But I'm not. I'm just doing Scorpio really right. So if there are things about you that you don't understand, I recommend that you look at your chart. Because all this stuff. I mean, even to the point, like yesterday, I was like, I was drowning in freaking emotion. Like, it was, but I know that it wasn't mine, so, anyway. But then I'm, like, reading my chart in Cancer, and like, oh my god, this is freaking wild. I can't even make this stuff up, how accurate it is. I really can't. And I implore people to just look yourself up. People care more about freaking sports stats than they do of taking a minute. Moon in Scorpio creates the need to delve into your feelings as deep as possible and this brings great vulnerability. You never forget anything that was done to you. It's hard to force you to do anything. If anybody that's ever, and it's new moon, I'm pretty sure the new moon just happened. I don't know. When is the new moon? I don't know. I gotta look and see where because people get different information, so I haven't taken enough time to get my 3 points to verify to me if something's true. It's hard to force you to do anything. Rarely is it possible to influence you. You are forced to change many things. Wait, it is possible to influence you with kindness. I'm a sucker for a smile and a nice pair of shoes. I'm a freaking. And kind women wear nice shoes. Or really manipulative ones. But smile at me, I'm easy to manipulate too. Shallow relationships do not satisfy you because they are not purifying enough. I just said yesterday I have like one person I talk to in the world. 1 plus or minus 2. 1. 2 total. 3 total. This gives you the ability effectively to hurt or heal others. Your emotions can be extreme, from sympathy to contempt. Like that. Your passion, from passion to coldness. Yep. See, I'll try real hard for a long time, but when I'm done, there ain't no more doner than me. It's necessary to get rid of the fear of betrayal, abandonment, that you lose what you love. I have lost everything that I've loved. But then I realize nothing is mine. So when I do have it, I take care of it to the best of my ability. If you do not get rid of your fear, you will lose exactly the things you are afraid of losing. And that is what happened. And notice that I read that after what I just said. So, trust in your knowing. Live in your light. Love is the highest frequency. You don't have to get there, just get as close as you can get. I just noticed, it was funny, I was looking at this earlier, and it looks like an animal planet to me. It's my animal planet. So, hope you have a rad day. Peace.